There were just too many things that I just didn't like doing, so the following 9 things I've pretty much cut from my life. Number 1, the office. I do not like the office environment. It's full of people either wanting to get ahead by pushing others aside, or control freaks who want everyone to do their bidding, or people who have nothing else in their life other than work and treat the office like their own personal stomping ground. The office environment has become toxic. Backstabbing, gaslighting, unhealthy cliques, just to name a few. I'm either being forced to attend useless meetings or being constantly approached by other workers who perhaps have good intent but end up just interrupting me, or being micromanaged by the new fill-in manager. I hate the office, so now I just don't go. Luckily, due to the never-ending pandemic, my employer has pretty much allowed us to work from home indefinitely, so I've taken them up on their offer. Number 2, the government. How can I cut the government from my life, you may ask? Well, obviously, I still have to pay taxes and all that. I get no say in where my money goes. It gets wasted on useless, do-nothing apps, even though the government said at the time that it was critical for the safety of all Australians. This so-called COVID-safe app literally detected a whole 2 cases of COVID in its lifetime, and it only cost $21 million. So obviously I can't stop idiotic governments pursuing their idiotic agendas, but I can ignore them, and that's what I've been doing. I have no interest in government, they do not represent me, so I just simply ignore them. It's been working well. Occasionally I see a police officer driving past me when I'm walking down the street, and I just ignore them, and they ignore me. Just how I like it. Surely they've got bigger fish to fry. Number 3. Friends. Yes, I pretty much don't see any of my friends. Maybe once or twice a year they'll contact me asking for us to catch up, and I oblige. Occasionally I bump into them on the street and I'm polite and say hello and all the rest of it, but I've got no need in my life to see friends. That's not to say that I don't have a social life. I mean, every day I see my family. Every Saturday afternoon I take my children to the park to play with the neighbourhood kids, but pretty much all of the families are either Chinese or Japanese, so I also use it as a chance to hone my foreign language skills. Actually, apart from the Chinese and Japanese, there's only one other lady, and she's from Korea. So yes, I pretty much live in a foreign Asian enclave, even though I'm smack bang in the middle of Queensland, Australia. Number 4, news. I hate the news now, so I cut it from my life. There is never any good news. It's always catastrophe, impending war, pestilence, famine, economic disaster. I get it, negative news sells papers, or in the modern world, gets more clicks. But that doesn't mean that I have to watch it. Watching the news is depressing, so I've done the right thing in turning it off. Number 5, driving. I pretty much try to avoid driving altogether. 90% of my life occurs within a 3-kilometre radius of my home anyway, with probably about 97% occurring within 5 kilometres. That's completely walkable. Anywhere I need to go, I can walk. On those rare occasions when it's pouring down rain, or when I have to travel to another city or whatever, sure, I'll drive, but for the vast majority of my travels, I walk. Driving in my suburbs sucks anyway. You just get stuck in traffic all the time. Actually, walking home from school with my children is usually quicker than driving. Number 6, junk food. A couple of weeks ago I had some Hungry Jacks or whatever, and then I realised I don't need it in my life. It wasn't particularly nice, and it was just full of salt, fat and sugar. That's not to say that I won't occasionally take my children to Macca's or whatever, but I'm done with junk food. It only makes me feel bad after I eat it. I'd much rather make some spaghetti at home. Number 7, junk TV. As with junk food, junk TV has become awful. There are so many rubbish TV shows now that it's just not worth watching, not to mention all the stupid ads usually advertising alcohol, junk food or government injections. Nah, thanks, I'm done with it. Number 8, stuff. As in the useless purchasing of consumer goods. Materialism is boring. I know lots of people love buying stuff they don't need, and I think I know why. Their life, which probably consists mainly of mind-numbing work, is extremely boring. So, to compensate, they go out and use their hard-earned money to try to bring some sort of happiness to their life, even if it's only fleeting. Personally, I see no point in owning dozens of pairs of shoes, or designer clothing, or the latest Apple iPod. It just doesn't interest me. Unfortunately, many people have mistakenly fooled themselves into thinking that physical possessions equate to happiness. It was an advertising gimmick that worked. But I think we live in a joyless economy. It's been shown that people who tend to be more materialistic are also less happy with themselves and their lives. No thanks, I'll stick to my green tea and my one pair of walking shoes. And lastly, number 9, anger. Well, trying to cut anger. This is an ongoing pursuit. I know that my anger has only hurt me in the past, so I'm trying my best every day to be less angry. I found in recent times I was mostly angry at the media and the government. Thankfully, cutting those two things out of my life have helped tremendously. Anyway, that's my list. Feel free to comment and add your own. Peace.